All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome everyone to Midweek Mindfulness. It's a pleasure to be back with you again this week. Um, I would say it's good to see all of your names and imagine your faces on the other end of this um, as we go ahead and move into our learning about our mindful practice. So, in conversation with some folks, we thought we might provide a little more structure just because, for some people, it's mindfulness and meditation is still relatively new, and for those who have been practicing for a while, it certainly never, ever, ever hurts to go over the basics. It's kind of like people who learn to play the piano, right? You have to learn to play scales, and you can never, ever, ever lose that skill, right? Even the greatest concert pianist will be warming up right at the beginning by running over the scale. So it's always a strengthening act to come back. Um, in my own personal practice, I start with breathing meditation every morning. Yeah, so just having that consistency in practice is a really, really helpful tool. So we thought we might go through the different skills that Koro offers. And this week, we're going to look at, we're going to start with just a brief, regular kind of settling in meditation. And then we're going to do a body scan meditation. Next week, and I want to prepare everybody for that now, right? We're going to do something a little different. We're going to do dynamic breathing, which in ancient India was known as the fire breath. And it's a really neat opportunity to energize the body in a really positive and healthy way. And then we'll follow that up with a more relaxing meditation as well. But sometimes, and we'll talk more about this next week, but sometimes we get overwhelmed with our feelings, and the fire breath is a really nice way to stabilize our bodies. Um, so today we'll do just a opening breath meditation that I'll tie in this idea of belly breathing to, and what belly breathing is like for people who are new. And then we'll do a short body scan. So now I just want you to find a place where you're comfortable sitting, hopefully upright with your head balanced on top of your neck. If sitting upright is uncomfortable for you, it's perfectly okay to recline, to lie down, whatever works best for you. The key is that you want to be physically relaxed for these particular types of meditation and mentally alert. So we want both of those things happening at the same time. So to the best of our abilities, right? So go ahead and get settled into your position, hands resting comfortably in your lap or toward your sides or whatever works best for you. I'm beginning to just really take notice of your body. I want you to go ahead and start with not a big deep breath in, but just a nice full deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top, and then a nice long slow exhale. Breathing all the way out until the lungs are empty. And then nice and slowly breathing back in through the nose. Back out. And with that long, slow exhale, just feel how your sympathetic nervous system calms down and your parasympathetic comes online. We call this feeling relaxed. So notice how your muscles just begin to relax as you exhale nice and long and slow. All right. And now I'd like to invite you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your tummy. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to breathe. All right. Just like you always breathe without doing anything unusual. But what we want to do is we want to watch to see which hand rises the most easily. So go ahead and start your breathing. Just as you normally would breathe. And just notice which hand goes up and down the most easily. It might be the chest hand, it might be the tummy hand. No worries, either way. Just noticing and really letting your body control the breathing. Now, as you notice which hand is going up and down more easily, I want you to just take note, right? So if it's your upper hand, your chest hand, that means that you've just kind of evolved as a chest breather. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just here to take notice. And if it's the lower hand, then it's more of a deep abdominal breathing, which is perfectly okay as well. That's kind of where we want to go. So if you notice that you're a chest breather, no pressure, no judgment there. Just as we're moving forward through today, I just want you to bring your awareness more down to your diaphragm, right? A really great exercise to think about belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, which offers us a little deeper physiological response, which is why we're going for that type of breathing, is to picture the upper part of your body from like your shoulders down to your backside, right? Picture that as like a pitcher of milk, right? And as we breathe in through the nose, we're going to fill up our pitcher from the very bottom all the way up to the top until we feel our shoulders expand. And then on the out breath, we're going to breathe back down from the top and empty that pitcher all the way down to the very bottom. So let's go ahead and try that just for a few breaths, and you can manipulate your breath now. So breathing in through the nose, and if you can't breathe through your nose, that's okay. Breathe through your mouth. But if you're able, breathe in through the nose all the way down to the very bottom of your pitcher. Just filling that pitcher from the bottom all the way up to the top until you feel those shoulders start to move with that fullness of breath. And then slowly empty from the top down. Feeling your chest empty first, and then down, letting your abdomen and your tummy empty next until your shoulders relax. And then back in through the nose, filling yourself up from the bottom all the way to the top. And if it helps to put a hand or two on your abdomen or on your tummy, then do that and see how your hand moves. Or leave one on each. The neatest part of meditation and mindfulness is being curious in the moment as to what's going on in a non-judgmental way. We're not judging what's happening here. We're just observing and we're playing with it to see how it functions, to see how it goes. Life can be so serious all the time. As we learn to self-nurture, it's nice to bring a little bit of curiosity into our examination of ourselves and a little bit of fun. It helps us to very often deal with the parts of ourselves that can be really challenging. So breathe, fill that pitcher from the base all the way to the top. And then empty it from the top all the way back to the bottom. And if that feels a little awkward to you because you're used to chest breathing, that's okay. If your body feels like you just need a big chest breath, take a big chest breath as we go along today. Once again, you being sensitive to your body, aware of what's happening with it, is really kind of the most important thing that we're focusing on today. So noticing our breath, noticing our body, and really feeling that connection. Okay, so now we're going to move into what's called a body scan meditation. And a body scan meditation can go on for an hour and a half if you'd like it to. So this will be just kind of an introduction to body scan. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe right? And we're going to use our body and our imagination to breathe using our body. And what we want to do is we want to really be aware, right, of the different parts of our body. So not moving them, not touching them, just being aware using our mental awareness, right? So we're going to bring our focus to different parts of our body. We're going to focus our breath into that place in the body. And we're going to hold those two things together and just kind of watch and see what happens. So go ahead and once again, if you've lost your comfortable position, or if you'd like to recline a little, recline a little. Maybe lean back in your chair if you're sitting up. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Because we really want the body to be able to relax right now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with a couple of those nice deep breaths where we fill our pitcher from the base all the way up to the top, or whatever feels best to you, but a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Really stretching that exhale out. And really just bringing your awareness to your physical self, noticing your body and noticing the movement of your breath in and out. Just feeling that connection. All right, now I want you to very gently bring your awareness down to the bottoms of your feet. And if it's comfortable to close your eyes, close your eyes. But bring your awareness down to the bottom of your feet. Not necessarily picturing your feet, unless that's really super helpful. We just want to be aware of what's happening there. Noticing any sensations, maybe it's the contact to the floor. Or if you're reclining, perhaps where your heel touches the floor. Or maybe noticing your toes. Are they cool? Are they warm? Do they tingle? But just really being there with your feet in this moment. Right? Bringing that awareness to this part of the body that we so very often take completely for granted. Now I want you to use your imagination to go down to those feet, and I want you to breathe in through the bottom of your feet. All the way up, and then breathe back out through the bottom of your feet. In through the bottom of your feet. Back out through the bottom of your feet. You don't need to have really deep breaths. Just notice what your body requires for your breathing. And keep your attention there. What do you notice? Can you notice every little bit of your feet, your toes, tips of your toes, tops of your feet, the bottoms? Maybe drift up into your ankles, calves, your shins, all the way up to your knees. And then breathe in through the feet up to the knee. Back down from the knee, out through the bottom of the feet. Up to the knees. Back down, out through the feet. Now bringing your thighs and your hips into play. We're going to breathe from the feet up, all the way up to your waist. And then all the way back down and out through the feet again. And if this feels odd or it doesn't feel like it's quite working, that's okay. Just take notice of that. But just keep breathing and sensing your body as best you can. In up from the feet all the way to the waist, and then back down through the thighs, the knees, the calves, back out down to the bottoms of your feet. Now raising our awareness up to the chest, we're going to breathe in from our feet all the way up to our chest. And back down out through the feet. Nice, long, slow exhales. Just really feeling your body on the out breath. If your mind gets preoccupied by noises in your environment or just thoughts running through your head, that's okay. That's the purpose and the job of the mind, is to take notice so we can assess. If that happens, just take notice. See what happens to be going through your mind, or what noises distracted you, and then come gently back to breathing in through your feet all the way up to your chest, back down all the way out through the bottom of your feet. And now shifting your awareness up to your shoulders, moving down into your arms, right? Maybe biceps, triceps, maybe feeling your elbows, right? So breathing in all the way up through your shoulders and down to your and then back out down through the body and out through the feet. Again, really noticing your body, staying really connected to it, using your awareness to really feel each nuance of the breath, moving in and moving out. And now, as you begin to cycle out on your next exhale, we're going to shift our awareness, taking it from the upper part of the arm, moving down into the forearms. Maybe feeling where your forearms are resting against your lap or the floor or wherever they're touching. Noticing your wrists, your hands. Feel the palms of your hands. Notice the backs of your hands. And then right out through your fingers all the way out to the very tips. And now on your next in-breath, breathing up from your feet, up through the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, down through the elbow, the forearm, all the way out to the very tips of your fingers. Feeling your body just fill with that oxygen, and then breathing all the way back out from the tips of the fingers back down through the body, down to the elbows, the shoulders, the chest, hips, thighs, knees, all the way back out, down to the bottom of your feet, and back in through the nose. Really noticing how your body feels as you breathe in and breathe out. Our almost entire bodies at this point. So now let's go ahead and include our neck, jaw, cheeks, face, forehead. Just out the entire body all the way up to the very top of your head. And there's a nice little soft spot right in the very top of the head. And see if we can breathe from the feet all the way to that soft spot. And then back down through and out the bottom of the feet. Sometimes it helps to picture the body swelling up a little like a balloon, and then deflating on the out breath. Really feeling the breath moving through the body. And now go back again to that little soft spot on the very top of your head. And I want you to picture it as if it's like a dolphin's blowhole, right? So you can breathe in and out. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our feet, right, all the way up to our midsection. Really swell that tummy up nice and big. And then we're going to exhale through the top of our body and out the blowhole. So breathing in from the bottom of the feet, filling up our middle, and then breathing out the top of the head. In from the feet, out the top of the head. And continue to breathe this way, but let your breathing just get softer and gentler, letting your body just take over the breath. And no matter how deep or how shallow, just trusting your body to breathe the way it really wants and needs you to breathe. But keep seeing the breath coming into the bottom of the feet and up and out the top of the head. And notice that your body just gets heavier and heavier on every out breath. Notice your body sinking down into the cushion, down into the chair, into the bed, floor, the mat, whatever you happen to be resting on. And every out breath just getting heavier and heavier as you drop deeper and deeper down into your body, down into yourself. More and more relaxed with each out breath. Really noticing your body and how it feels. Maybe savoring this moment in its relaxation. And if it's not relaxed, then savoring the awareness that you gained from at least focusing on nurturing yourself during this time. And taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Go ahead and begin to reconnect to the body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe a nice, long, slow stretch as our meditation and our time come to an end. And gently, gently opening your eyes. I want to thank everyone for today, for coming to Midweek Mindfulness. And next week, like I said, we'll be a little creative with the dynamic breathing. And then we'll look at some other very relaxing and focusing breath awareness. So everyone have a wonderful week.